This is just another example of how our government leaders are bowing down to people who come into America, people who are not Americans, don't assimilate. They want these cities to become just like their cities in Africa, just like in Somalia. So this bar is no longer here. It's going to be a mosque here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And this is just one of the things that are happening here in Minnesota. Mosques are popping up everywhere and massive fraud is going on in this state.
So everyone knows Nick Shirley, right? He's a kid who drove around to a bunch of Somali-owned daycares to claim that they're fake businesses collecting government money for kids they ain't serving. Well, now you've met his mama, Brooke Shirley. Now, setting aside the fact that she butchered the name of a legendary musician for her online handle, she is lying her ass off about Palmer's Bar. Now, she claims that Somali neighbors complained it got it shut down. But the truth is not hidden. It's not even disputed. Pat and Sarah Dwyer were the owners of Palmer's Bar. And they said that back in 2022, they discovered about $379,000 missing. And their business partner, Tony Zaccardi, likely embezzling that money. Combine that with changing drinking habits in the neighborhood, losing other businesses, and the Dwyers were operating at a massive monthly loss. They said themselves that the situation was unsustainable. Palmer's Bar closed because of business reasons, not complaints. Brooke has built her entire online persona on accusing innocent Somali Minnesotans of crimes they have not committed. And now her kid is following the same damn script, purposely lying to turn people against their neighbors in a climate that is already hostile. Now, Mako Childcare closed permanently in 2022. Of the remaining daycares that he visited, every single one had a valid business license and unannounced inspections in the last 6 months. One was closed because he showed up outside of operating hours. But I gotta ask, what did he expect? That a daycare was gonna let a bunch of strange men roam around with cameras? If my kid's daycare let that happen, I'd be furious. Anyone would be, because that is not normal. We literally just had a school employee right here in Minnesota get arrested for taking photos and videos of kids inside a school and turning them into AI CSAM. And you think a daycare is going to let in a stranger to investigate? You cannot be serious. Some of these places are getting harassed and they're giving security footage to local news to prove that they're real businesses. And Palmer's Bar is not turning into a mosque. It already exists next door. The bar is turning into a community center, which is going to help all the people that Brooke and Nick want to turn you against. MAGA is white supremacy and Christian nationalist fascism wrapped in a flag and carrying a cross. You can't even follow your own commandments, but you want every school in the country to paste it on the walls. And Brooke, evangelical churches in Minnesota outnumber mosques at a ratio of 40 to 1. So tell me who is popping up everywhere.